playoffs. The one thing, though, that jumps out at me, and we saw just a moment of it, Isaiah Thomas for the Celtics, who lost his sister on Saturday in a car accident and then played on Sunday for the Celtics, really with the entire city by his side. It was a moment that you couldn't forget. Even though the Celtics lost the game, what he was able to do was amazing.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we tend to forget is that athlete, just think about it. We talked about in between the lines being a sanctuary, but a lot of times the average fan, they look at athletes as being these superheroes.
Right.
I thought it was such a vulnerable moment for us.
It's a Celtics loss for them also. I feel like we've talked a lot about this. There were other games going on last night. The Cavs taking that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I have a question for you. All right, so the Cavaliers, look, throughout the season, particularly towards the end of the season, they struggled at the end of
one. We've got the draft next week, but one of the things you and I were talking about earlier, the Oakland Raiders move, what has jumped out to me, forget even just the move to Vegas, the fact that you're going to try to play for 2 more years in Oakland with fans that you've said thanks but no thanks. And I used to go to those games and cover those games. Those fans there are loyal. And
financing for the Raiders Stadium, which was supposed to come from one of the casino owners, extremely initially.
Right, and getting that site, and the Inglewood site versus the Carson site.
Exactly.
One of the things you said it. Good for him in doing smart business. It's out there in the open for people to know. That is one way of making additional money to keep your team doing what it wants.
Right, and look, there's a reason that Jerry Jones is going into the Hall of Fame, and one of them is
Scott Green, the head of the NFL Referees Association, who said he'd much rather see it as a fine. They don't want to have to deal with this. Put it as a fine against the players. Let them pay up later. It hurts more when it comes out of your pocket. Why do they continue?
It's a tremendous asset. He got along with owners. He got along with the media. He was a great representative. And one of the knocks against him is that he was not an on-field official.
Right.
But he was a replay guy.
Which I was like, how do you not belly flop
How do you do
that?
Yeah.
As a swimmer. So, and the cool part about Dana is the fact that she's competing and she's amazing and she's pregnant. She's reminding every awesome, beautiful pregnant women.
You've been swimming.
I have. These guys now they're performing. Women are the same way. We're not just going to get pregnant and we have to just go and sit on a couch for 9 months. You can stay active.
Well, and I want to recognize the fact that she's smart. Right? In a sport where you are only known, really, every 4 years.
Right, and the bottom line is how important it is for a female athlete.
That women who are pregnant should be exercising. And obviously, you got to consult with your doctor, but that they should be staying active. I do want to give a shout out. Last week, we weren't here on the show, but we did a story in regards to the Boston Marathon, which was run yesterday.